I mean, the ability to have fun. I mean, this game is really, it's really so special. I mean, it can make like a bunch of
What happens when the heroes of today return to the fields where dreams are born? What does it look like when the roar of a big league stadium is replaced by the pure, unfiltered passion of youth baseball? You're about to find out. We're not just in any ballpark today. We're on the hallowed grounds of Williamsport for the MLB Little League Classic. This isn't just another game on the schedule. It's a powerful reminder of why we all fell in love with this sport in the first place. The stars are here, not just to play, but to connect, to inspire, and to remember. Stick around, because you're about to see baseball in its purest form. Welcome to Baseball Extra, where we're diving deep into one of the most special nights of the entire season. The energy in Williamsport is electric, and it's not just coming from the thousands of fans packing the stands. It's radiating from the big leaguers themselves. As the buses carrying the Seattle Mariners and New York Mets pulled in, you could see the excitement on their faces. For many, this is a first. One player summed it up perfectly, calling the experience awesome, and noting that while you dream of coming here as a kid, getting to do it as an adult is a whole different kind of thrill. It's a journey back in time. And the big leaguers were immediately met by the true stars of the week, the little leaguers. The team from Washington, who look up to the Mariners, were front and center. They even have a player nicknamed Little Dumper. When asked what advice a big leaguer would give to Little Dumper to become a big leaguer one day, the answer was simple and powerful. Keep working. That's the core of all youth baseball inspiration. The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. The interactions were nonstop. Players were seen signing autographs for Team Puerto Rico, handing out hats, and sharing moments of genuine connection. One Mariner admitted that while meeting with Team Venezuela, he was playfully trying to get their secrets on how to hit. Their advice? The most timeless piece of coaching you'll ever hear. Keep your eyes on the ball. It's a testament to the fact that from Little League to the major leagues, the fundamentals never change. A veteran player described the scene as having an unreal level of enthusiasm. He said the moment you step off the airplane, you're surrounded by kids, and watching them interact with players they see as superstars is simply unbelievable. They're not just fans. They are the next generation, looking at living proof that their dreams are possible. When asked what they talk about, one player said the kids are just so excited to see their favorite players. He tells them that it's the exact same game he plays now as the one they're playing. His advice to them? Never forget the love for it, and you're going to be just fine. The event isn't just a national spectacle, it's a global one. A player reflected on how cool it is to see just how international the game of baseball has become, with teams from all over the world gathered in this one small town in Pennsylvania. It's a melting pot of culture, all united by the love of the game. Perhaps the most poignant message to the young athletes came from one of the game's biggest stars. Dream big. He passionately urged them to enjoy this time, to soak in every moment, because if they keep that dream alive, one day they too can be in the big leagues. For the players from Seattle, having the Little League team from their home state of Washington there to support them was a huge boost. They were proud to hear the Washington team had won their game earlier in the day, saying it's all about representing your city and your state and doing your best. That shared sense of pride is what community is all about. And what about the kids? For them, it was the best experience of their lives. Getting autographs, being up close with their heroes, it was, in their own words, amazing and sick. One player for the big league clubs mentioned that seeing the kids brings back memories of when he first started playing, that pure joy of just enjoying the game with your family. Another admitted he always wanted to come to Williamsport and slide down the famous hill behind the outfield. Today, he finally got his chance. This event reminds us that before the multi-million-dollar contracts and the stadium lights, every single player was once a kid on a dusty field, dreaming of moments just like this. One player even had a custom chest protector made for the game, featuring pictures of all of his teammates from their own Little League days. It's a beautiful tribute, a visual representation of the journey. This is the heart of the MLB Little League Classic, a bridge between the past, present, and future of the sport. Before the game officially began, a truly special ceremony took place. In a giant relay, one member from each Little League World Series team from across the globe tossed a single baseball, moving it from the outfield all the way to home plate for a ceremonial first pitch. It was a beautiful symbol of unity and the global reach of baseball. Now, to the game itself. The Seattle Mariners came in hot, with an offense finally clicking to support their famously stellar pitching. On the mound for them tonight is George Kirby, a pitcher known for one thing above all else: control. Among starting pitchers in Major League Baseball, Kirby has the lowest walk rate. He lives in the strike zone. For the New York Mets, this game is a chance to build momentum. They've been scuffling, but this unique, energetic environment could be just what they need. They send Clay Holmes to the mound. Holmes is a towering presence at 6'5", and he uses that frame to fire a nasty, heavy sinker. He's not a big strikeout guy. He relies on inducing weak contact and letting his defense work. Top of the first, Randy Arozarena leads things off for Seattle. And the very first pitch of the game from Holmes drills him. Not the start the Mets were looking for. Catcher Francisco Alvarez immediately goes out to make sure Arozarena is okay and to cool any potential tempers. After the hit by pitch, Holmes has to face the dangerous catcher, Cal Raleigh. On a 3-2 count, Holmes gets him swinging for a massive first out. That brings up the next batter, and Holmes induces a sharp ground ball to the infield. They turn it. A slick 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. What started as an ugly, shaky beginning for Holmes ends with a 0 on the board. Bottom of the first inning, Mets shortstop Francisco Lindor steps in. He's been on a tear, and he rips a hard hit ball into right field for a leadoff single. A great start for New York. But then, disaster strikes. With Pete Alonso at the plate, Lindor takes a big lead. Kirby, with a deceptive move, throws over. Lindor breaks for second, but the throw beats him there. He's caught in a rundown and is easily tagged out. A costly base running mistake erases the leadoff hit, and Kirby escapes the inning. We move to the bottom of the second, and we get a special treat as we listen into a mixed-up Pete Alonso. We hear him talking about how, between the lines, he still feels like a 12-year-old kid every single day. He says this game is so special because it can make grown adults smile and jump for joy like children. It's that inner kid, that passion, that drives them all. And perhaps being mixed up relaxed him. With that youthful joy in his heart, Alonso steps to the plate and smokes a single right back up the middle. That's how you start a rally. The next batter, Jeff McNeil, follows with a bloop single of his own to the opposite field. Suddenly, the Mets have 2 on with nobody out. That brings up the young catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Alvarez has been swinging a hot bat, and he launches a ball deep into the right center field gap. Mariners star center fielder Julio Rodriguez lays out in a full extension dive. He nearly makes a spectacular catch, but the ball just tips off his glove and rolls away. Pete Alonso, who had to hold up, chugs around the bases and slides in safely at home. It's an RBI double for Alvarez, and the Mets lead 1-0. The rally isn't over. With runners now on second and third, Brett Beatty steps in. The little leaguers in the crowd are on the edge of their seats, leaning in for every pitch. Beatty delivers, lining a sharp single into the outfield. McNeil scores easily. It's now 2-0 Mets. The next batter, Mark Vientos, does his job, lifting a fly ball deep enough to center field for a sacrifice fly. Alvarez tags up and scores. Just like that, the Mets put up 3 runs in the second inning, seizing all the momentum. In the top of the third inning, Seattle finally gets on the board. After a leadoff double by Julio Rodriguez, a high chopper from the bat of Dominic Canzoni gives Francisco Lindor trouble at shortstop. He can't handle it, and the ball kicks away, allowing Rodriguez to score. It's an error on Lindor, and the Mariners cut the lead to 3-1. Let's jump ahead to the bottom of the fifth. The Mets have runners on first and second with 2 outs. This is a pivotal moment in the game. A hit here could break it open. Mark Vientos, who already has an RBI tonight, steps to the plate. George Kirby is still on the mound for Seattle, trying to navigate the jam. Kirby deals. Vientos swings. He gets under it and sends a high, towering fly ball to the opposite field, out towards right. The right fielder, Cannon, drifts back to the track. He's at the wall. He looks up. It's gone. A 3-run home run for Mark Vientos. He went the other way with power, a beautiful piece of hitting that sends the Mets dugout into a frenzy. The crowd erupts. Vientos has a 4 RBI night and a memory that will last of the Mets offense. Feeding off the incredible energy here wasn't done. The very next batter doubles into the corner. And after that, Francisco Lindor, making up for his earlier error, smacks a deep drive to right center. Julio Rodriguez gets chased, but he can't get there. The ball one-hops the wall. Another run scores, and Linder cruises into second with a double. The lead swells to 7-1. New York is in complete control. We move to the top of the seventh inning. The game feels out of reach for Seattle, but they aren't going down without a fight. With a runner on first, the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh, steps up to the plate. And for Raleigh, every swing these days carries the weight of baseball history. He is in the midst of one of the greatest power hitting seasons by a catcher the sport has ever seen. He's chasing all-time single-season home run record for his position. The pitch comes in. Raleigh connects. He sends a high fly ball down the left field line. It's got height. Does it have the distance? Yes. It clears the fence for a two-run home run. That is number 47 on the season for Cal Raleigh. The dugout erupts for him as he circles the bases. With every powerful swing, he gets one step closer to etching his name in the record books forever. Just like that, the lead is cut to 7-3. But the joy of that historic moment is quickly followed by a moment of serious concern. In the bottom of the seventh, Mets catcher Francisco Alvarez rips a double down the line. As he slides hard into second base, he jams his hand into the bag awkwardly. He immediately comes up in pain, shaking his left thumb. The trainers rush out. This is the last thing the Mets want to see. Alvarez has dealt with hand issues in the past, and he has become a critical part of their lineup. After a few minutes, he is taken out of the game. As he walks back to the dugout, cameras catch him showing his thumb to his teammates, and the look on his face says it all. It does not look good. It's a somber moment that casts a shadow over an otherwise incredible night, a stark reminder of how quickly things can change in this sport. Here at Baseball Extra, we certainly hope it's not a serious injury for the young star. We head to the top of the ninth inning in Williamsport. The Mets are just 3 outs away from securing a victory at the Little League Classic. With a 7-3 lead, they bring in their submariner reliever, Tyler Rogers, to close the door. But Seattle isn't making it easy. They manage to get runners on the corners with 2 outs, bringing the tying run to the on-deck circle. Suddenly, a little tension creeps back into the ballpark. The crowd is on its feet. The Mets just need one more out. The batter is Josh Naylor. Rogers comes set and delivers. Naylor swings and beats a pitch into the ground toward second base. The infielder, Ronald Acuna Jr., charges in, fields it cleanly, has plenty of time, and makes the routine throw to first. Naylor is out, and that's the ball game. The New York Mets have won it. They pour out of the dugout to celebrate, shaking hands after a hard-fought victory. They take the series from the Mariners, and, more importantly, they leave Williamsport with a win they will never forget. What an incredible night. From the player interactions before the game, to the big home runs from Mark Vientos and Cal Raleigh, to the passionate energy from all the little leaguers in attendance, this was truly a special event. For one night, the pressure of a pennant race took a backseat to the pure joy of baseball. The New York Mets get a much-needed win, but tonight, the real winner was the sport itself. This event showcased the powerful connection between the stars of today and the dreamers of tomorrow, reminding us all of the magic that first drew us to the diamond. That's all the time we have for tonight. We hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at the MLB Little League Classic. Here at Baseball Extra, we are dedicated to bringing you the stories that make this game so great. If you love this breakdown and want more unique baseball content, make sure to hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.